Okay, it is Monday, July 20th at 8:53 p.m. That means it's time for another one of these update videos. And today's video is coming out a couple minutes earlier than usual. Um, no real reason for that. I'm not actually going to go to the gym tonight, and I'm not going to go out for a walk. And before I get yelled at, I'll explain why. Yesterday, I went and did full body. I focused more probably on, I want to say upper body than anything, but I did do full body. So I did upper core and legs. So I'm not going to go do any resistance training tonight. I'm going to give my muscles a day to rest, and then tomorrow night I will either go in and do full body again, or maybe do upper or lower body. We'll see. I'm not going to go out for a walk or anything tonight because it's supposed to rain. It looks like it's going to rain. It feels like it's going to rain. I don't want to get caught in the rain. And today I kind of took just a lazy day. I really didn't do much today, not much in terms of physical activity, but let's talk about today's weigh-in and yesterday's stats before we start talking about today. So today the weight was 263.2, which is 1.2 pounds less than we were yesterday. So it looks like we are starting to really kind of separate and drop below 265, which is awesome, which is where I want to be. And like we were kind of talking in the comments, one of the reasons why I don't get too worried when the scale doesn't start to move is like I mentioned, is if you think about it, 1 gallon of water is I'm going to change music. 1 gallon of water is about 8 pounds, and I'm supposed to drink about 1 gallon of water every day. So what could happen with these weight fluctuations when they don't move is if my calorie deficit is, consistent, and it's really kind of not. My goal is to burn 2,000 calories a day, and clearly I'm not burning 2,000 a day, but I'm averaging probably somewhere close to that, which means about every 2 to 3 days, I should be losing 1 pound of fat. Now, 1 pound of fat versus, 8 pounds of water I'm supposed to drink every day can greatly affect why the scale doesn't move. So I'm taking in about 8 pounds of fluid per day if I'm drinking, as much water as I should be, which again, the target was 3 liters of water, and a gallon is 3.76 liters of water. So if I'm actually drinking more water than I'm supposed to, I'm drinking 8 pounds of fluid per day. And if I'm being honest, I'm not drinking a gallon of water a day. Also, with the amount of food that I eat, because I eat mostly lettuce, which is mostly water anyways, so that can help, that can be okay because I'm not drinking as much water as I need to, because I'm getting a lot of water from my food because it's lettuce. But again, I'm consuming 10 cups of lettuce. I'm eating about 2 pounds of food per day. Again, I'm only eating 1,600 calories, but I'm eating a lot in terms of volume. So I'm probably eating 2 pounds of food today. As a matter of fact, my food today consisted of my 2 salads, only 7.5 cups of lettuce, and then 0.8 pounds of chicken. So if the scale isn't moving, a lot of it is because your hydration level is never the same day to day. It's never exactly the same. I'm never consuming exactly as much water as I was yesterday, or exactly as much food as I was yesterday. I probably had 3.5 pounds of food today. So tomorrow, if the scale is up 2 pounds, it's most likely because of the fact of whatever is still in my digestive system. So that's why it's kind of, this whole time when I talk to people, some people, I had a conversation with somebody specifically who had a very specific weight in their mind. And I think it was 120 pounds. She said she wanted to be 120 pounds exactly. And I said, well, what happens if you get to a point where your body looks the way you want it to, but you're not at 120 pounds? You look the way you want to look at 130 pounds. Well, she'll still want to keep losing weight. And that's where people kind of get obsessed with the scale. The scale is just a part of the story. It's not the entire story. People tell me all the time I don't look like I weigh 263 pounds, and they're right. Shit, I may have 5 pounds of food in me at any given time. I may look like I weigh 155 pounds. So people get too focused on weight loss when they should be more worried on fat loss. So, like we were talking in the comments, that's why I was prepared with the scale. It is kind of a double-edged sword. If the scale moves really rapidly down, I may get too comfortable and start slacking or start eating more or doing something different. Or if I start to eat really garbage and the scale doesn't move up that much, I may think that I can get away with that. Or if the scale doesn't move, you may think you have to punish yourself and start eating less. So the thing is, and anybody in the health and fitness industry that knows what they're talking about will say, hey man, calories in, calories out, consistency is key. You just do what you're supposed to do and everything will happen. It may not happen right away. Weight loss is not linear. It's not just a straight line down. It's going to go up and down. It just kind of depends how often you measure yourself. So like when you're talking about, and I was a big fan of this before too, is weighing yourself week to week, because if you do weigh yourself week to week, you have less data points. So it will look more linear as long as you are consistent. If I were to, because on my app, I can pull up a trend, and it will show data points for every time that I've weighed myself. And of course, because I'm doing it day to day and there's day to day fluctuations, it goes kind of up and down, but it mostly goes in a downward slope. If I were to do that only weekly, it would almost look probably completely linear, like I'm just losing weight loss consistently with no upward fluctuations. So it can kind of have a toll, but I've been doing this for over 2 years now. The kind of emotional roller coaster that can happen when the scale goes up, you kind of become not immune, but you become desensitized to that, because even just last week, I was stuck at above 265. I was 266, 267 consistently. And I kept saying, hey man, I just want to break 265. I just want to break to it. And now I'm, a pound and a half, almost 2 pounds safely under 265 for a couple of days now. It's just, don't worry about the scale. Take it for what it is. And it's just a snapshot of the picture. It's just a small piece of the puzzle. Don't obsess over the scale. So after that rant, we're now at 7 minutes, so this might be a longer video, but the weight is 263.2, which is again a new lowest weight for me. So we're still continuing downward. I'm really excited because I got a message from John today. We are on the last phase, so I have 4 weeks with Beyond the Iron. So I'm going to try to lose at least 12 pounds. And if I can hit 250 by the end of this program, 250 by the end of Beyond the Iron, I'll be really happy, because that means I will have lost 45 pounds in 12 weeks, which is more or less the goal I think I wanted to hit. I think I said I wanted to hit anywhere from like 40 to 60, but I was kind of aiming for 50 pounds. But honestly, if I can lose 40 pounds, 45 pounds in 12 weeks at this low of a weight, that's awesome, because that means I am on goal for the rest of the year to get where I want to get, which is anywhere from 240 to 220, and then maybe even look at going further, as close to 200 as I can, although realistically I don't know if genetically I can get that small, but we'll see. Again, that goes into my whole rant of I'm not going to focus on the scale that much. That's why I have a goal window of 220 to 240, because right now at this weight I'm fitting larges. If I can fit mediums as far as a shirt goes, I'm happy. I don't need to fit a small. But 263.2 is an awesome weight. I'm really happy about that. Steps yesterday was just over 10,000. I really didn't do any, I didn't go out for a walk. I think I did maybe 2.5 miles on the treadmill when I got to the gym. Again, I like to do my cardio first because I like to get it done before 12 o'clock, before the Fitbit resets for the day. And then I just did resistance training, giving me an output of about 3,300 calories. I did have anywhere between 1,600 and 1,700 calories yesterday. So that's like a 1,600 calorie deficit for the day, which is awesome. Today, I had about 1,500 calories as calculated by Fitbit, so anywhere between 1,500 and 1,600 calories. Again, I opted to replace my protein shake, which is usually either 2 scoops of protein with water, or I would go out if I'm out and about and get like a Muscle Milk or anywhere as close to 300 calories worth of a pre-made protein shake as I can to get anywhere between 50 and 100 grams of protein. Instead, today I was feeling a little extra hungry, so I did opt to have about 0.8 pounds of chicken, which is like 600 calories, and I have no clue how much protein, but it's probably somewhere around 50 grams of protein, instead of going for the shake. So I'm at about 15 to 1600 calories today, and my output for the day so far is about 2300. And again, I'm not going to the gym. I'm not going to go out for a walk today. I'm just going to kind of relax, probably play more games, because again, since I'm eating less, I don't have to work out quite as much, and if the scale's going down, I'm not going to push myself too hard, because I'm kind of just relaxing, because first week of August, I am planning on going to visit a friend in Colorado, and I told her, you know, I want to see a lot of the state parks. I'm bringing my cycle. I'm going to be cycling my ass off for the few days that I'm there, and then I'm going to be going to Oregon for almost maybe like a week, or, you know, 5 days, and I'm just going to be cycling and hiking there. So I'm going to be physically exerting myself that week a lot. So I'm perfectly okay just kind of taking this week a little easy, especially when it's really hot and rainy. Anyways, this video is going on like 11 minutes. I kind of threw in a rant in there, but today's stats are looking pretty good. Tomorrow we'll see what the weight is, and good God, man, if I can get 260 by the end of this week, I will be absolutely fucking ecstatic, and I will see you guys tomorrow.